Surabhi, Dewra, and our panelists are Vivek Gupta. Can we have a big round of applause for Vivek? Vivek is an alumni of IIM Bangalore, Delhi College of Engineering, and he's based out of Delhi NCR. He's a career consultant. Then we have got Suaid. Suaid is heading institutional sale. He has traveled all the way from Guwahati. Can we have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Then we have got Apoorv Bhatt, who is representing Allen Education. He's all the way from Kota. Can we have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? And without further ado, let's begin with our discussion.
Thanks, Aditya. Thanks, everybody. I'll keep the sessions short, but more meaningful. We saw this clip from Angrezi Medium, जिसमें वो कहता है, फादर खून बेच के भी पैसे भेजूंगा बाहर. And यहाँ पे जो मेरे पास तीनों बैठे हैं ना, वो बिकवा देंगे खून, क्योंकि इनका बिजनेस ही है स्टडी अब्रॉड, है ना? वो आपको एडमिशन नहीं लेने देंगे इंडिया में. And my panel is all about, is this hype for real? Study abroad. And Apoorv, start with you. Forget about your job. Forget about you are Allen's global head. Be genuine. Is this hype real?
I would start by saying that it all starts with talking to parents and students. What do they want? See, it's a democracy. If somebody is financially capable and is targeting top-notch universities outside India, of course we have good options in India also. I would not say that IITs are bad. No, not at all. I am an IITian too. I have been through that process. So, but if somebody has specific priorities to move outside India and have that kind of exposure, why not? Why
Okay,
not?
Why not? Oh, आ गया why not? है ना? Vivek.
Okay. Hi. So I'll take a little bit more time, and I hope Surabhi will bear with me. So, you know, as my introduction was told that I am Bangalore MBA, so I will give you guys a very quick 3 by 3 by 3 matrix, which will tell you why students are going abroad. And people are different. So my friend just mentioned one factor. So abroad, let's say, and first of all, when we talk about abroad education, let us keep the two words separate, abroad and education. So the clip that we just watched, the girl was going for abroad, not for education per se. Let's be very clear. And that is actually one of my 9 dimensions. So like India, abroad has also got 3 kind of colleges. It will also give you a brief about education. Super premium, which is mostly 1% of the colleges, India or abroad. So in India, we talk about 7 IIMs, 7 IITs, BITS Pilani, NITs, and all that. In the US, we talk about Harvard, Stanford, Cornell, Duke, Oxford, Cambridge. So that's roughly 1%. Then comes the next 14%, which is 1 to 15. In India, you can call it Narsimonji, Symbiosis with due regards, and all that. Abroad, you call it beyond Ivy League 100 to 500. And then comes India's rest 85%, which only sells degree, right? You don't learn anything. So all the other colleges in India come in that 85% bracket. So is abroad, right? So that's one dimension. Second is, there are 3 kind of families: upper class, rich, middle class, and lower middle class. And then the third dimension, not 3, but there are 5 reasons why people go abroad. So people go abroad for quality education. People also go abroad for status symbol. People also go abroad, as we saw in this clip, because of friends are going. People also go abroad, especially from the segment 1, which is upper middle class, just to have fun. Yes, as simple as this. If you are a Delhi girl or a Rota girl or a boy born in a rich family, how else would you get a 3-year experience of life in a city like London other than the guise of study abroad, right? So that makes a huge market of rich kids who just want to explore life of London, Singapore, New York, and study becomes a route for that. And then comes the 5th, from where our Punjab is very famous, is You want to leave the developing poor India country to go to a developed rich country like Canada or Australia or New Zealand, not for study, not for fun, but to become a citizen of that country. Eventually, you must have heard the name PR. So it's a 3 by 6 matrix. When somebody comes to my centers across North India, my job is to I train my team, is first you point that this particular student belongs to which segment. And then we counsel student accordingly. So if a student believes in segment 1, we send him for US premium colleges. If the guy is from Punjab, he usually has decided already to go to Canada for PR, and there's nothing counseling to be done. So what I'm down to the Surabhi, people are very smart. As a good counselor, what I do, if somebody should go to Canada because he is a PR, middle class type of student, family, I don't send them to UK, though we get paid more from UK. So I think that ethics we keep, that we segment the student perfectly, and we recommend the future country and the future college, depending upon student potential, family potential, intelligence potential, dream potential.
Vivek, you sold me the concept, but interestingly, अभी 3 by 6 matrix में ना India admission फिर भी नहीं आया, है ना? वो Canada, Australia हर direction में
Surabhi, so
चला गया.
whatever is left is in India.
I'll take. Saad, what's your take on that?
After hearing so much, I'm little where to start from that. But yeah, I'll really speak like a student, not being very old that I have completed my masters. So I have both the experience of studying in a private university in India from the Manipal Mahe, as well as an experience of studying at UK at University of Huddersfield with a joint masters in Manchester also. So what made me feel is that I come from a part of India which is known as the Northeastern Seven Sister States. And the country India is such a beautiful nation that we have different mentalities with such strong emotions with each other. So every state has its own way of choosing a destination to study in India or study abroad. In earlier days, majorly the part of east or you say north, we used to prefer studying in south of India because major number of, whether it's a top-notch, the IIT, NITs or the top-notch private institutions or the quality of education was very demanding on number of people looking forward for that. But right now, post-COVID, what I am feeling it out or what I have seen the number of agencies growing in terms of overseas education is because of demand versus supply. Number of people looking for programs on vibrant programs as like offbeat programs. I really love the programs. The reason for choosing studying abroad is the vibrant opportunities. How many institutions in India are providing programs with specialization, bachelor's program in business data analytics? How many universities we can question ourselves or parents need to think when they are going to support their kids or the words to say कि हाँ पापा जैसे जी सर बोल रहे थे कि his son changed program from program. If I want to be a social media digital marketing person, so I have to think only to choose that career after my bachelor's program to go for specialization. But overseas, you have that opportunity to go for much in-depth specialization starting after 12 immediately without just doing a PhD.
I think by this time I am a bit convinced, yeah, study abroad is a viable option because maybe India doesn't give diversity of course option which possibly the colleges abroad can give. And we have directors and we have deans from colleges. Do raise hand and put question if you disagree with this entire format. But then my question is, do you think will you shut shop if education system of India will overhaul and universities in India will start introducing these interesting diversified courses, or you will still continue to send students abroad? Apoorv, let's start from you.
Interesting question. See, it's always good to hear that now Indian system is also started to adopt these practices, so-called world's best practices. Specifically with respect to US system, education system, a lot of things are happening there in US which were not there in India some time back. But now with the advent of NEP and things are happening, some of the universities have started kind of gaining that like for example, Flame or Palaksh for that matter. These have started giving kind of flexible curriculum, choose your own courses, specialization in AI at the bachelor's level. So we have started improving. It's good. Having said that, it would be unwise for me to prefer one country over the other. I will think as a student for the student. If somebody wants to have very good exposure in India, let it be. Good mentors, good coaches will always be there to guide students, whether they want to study in India or abroad. So these, we kind of people, all those who have that penchant liking for guiding students, we should be there because experts' opinions do matter, especially because in these days there are a lot of opportunities are there for students to choose from. So they become more confused.
Sure.
So people like us are there on the ground to help them decide on which is the best suited, best fit career for you.
So you're saying that you will start recommending Indian University in that
No,
case?
no, that will
No,
depend
no.
on students' priorities.
Okay.
See, it is
Students'
like kind of
priority.
consultative discussion with parents and students. I
Okay.
cannot be biased when I decide something.
Okay.
I should have opinions of parents, students
Sure.
in concussion. Yes.
Sure. Vivek, sir, different question for you. I think, this is my personal opinion, totally it could be wrong. I think the business of study abroad grabbed attention because these universities started giving very heavy commissions. 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees kind of a thing. Now, interesting thing is that parents and students can't travel, take visa and travel and go and look at those universities. Do you think if Indian universities start giving that kind of commission or maybe more, so your Canada student, you are getting 1 lakh rupees, right? ABC college, right, ends up giving you 1.5 lakh rupees for admission in India. Where would you start sending student?
So see, once again, I'll repeat the same thing. Out of, no. So just a quick clarification. As a company, we also do Indian admissions, right? Okay. So now I again come back. Out of 10 or 15 possible segments, there were 3 segments where students are going abroad only for education. So very specific example, let me share. So we have a guy who wanted to do bachelor's of sports science, and his dream was very clear. 10 years down the line, I would be the personal trainer of, let's say, Virat Kohli or Rishabh Pant, and that's a good money, right? Now I don't have that kind of option even available in India as of now. So if universities start giving such quality courses for the education part, where students are actually going for education, and if Indian universities start giving students that option, and to answer your question honestly, study abroad consultant the same commission or more, study abroad consultants may start recommending. But then there's another problem. Because of the visa and all that, students are still with us. But when it comes to recommending Indian university, the problem is you recommend, then the student approaches the university directly and you lose your commission. So in abroad industry, because of the long process and visa and all that, the consultants would still be happy to recommend abroad because there is difficulty. So as a genuine counselor, we also recommend sometimes Indian universities. We did all the hard work, but then the guy went back to home, called up the university number, took the admission directly. So to finish your point, if universities want consultant to recommend them, they should have to create a system in which the consultants are getting paid their commission irrespective of this problem.
So thankfully I got the answer. Panel is okay to recommend Indian universities as long as there's a clear model. Fantastic. Yes. Audience, be ready with your questions.
It's going to be very interesting, seems that. I'm already shivering on my pillow, seeing such senior people sitting out there. There's going to be tens of questions. Yes, addressing the same point is that, yes, being in the same fraternity, but experience the same model of education, my first and foremost thing for any student or parents is return of investment. For me, 1 lakh is also an investment and 30 lakhs is also an investment. We never push any students to go study abroad. But at the same time, if a student is investing, I'm going to compare an institution equivalency to the Indian Central University or the IIT or NIT or the Manipal or the SRM standard university rankings. A comparison between that. We are never going to push students in our ideology, a student with 85, having 80% above, he or she who has cracked NEET examination or GATE examinations, pushing to any or any other universities. That is, and we are very selective about the destinations and the institutions also. We give a clear comparison in our app or the websites where exactly we are doing shortlisting. And we ask the student and the parents, you yourself also do the research. Because end of the day, it's your decision of your life. It's who you are going to invest in your education. We are here to assist you, not to just give orders to you. Secondly, now as I have said, the demand versus supply, as just in the previous discussion, has said that number of students sitting for the aspirant as an NEET for MBBS, 50,000 seats availability in India compared to 18.2 lakhs people sitting for the examination. All students with 75% and above. What are the remaining students going to do? Either they get into the trauma of losing 1 year or 2 years of that. So they look an alternative equivalency of education, which is accepted, and return of investment. Because after the 50,000, the remaining seats, we all know and aware, major consultants in the Indian market are doing NRI admissions in the name of donations. Sorry to say that.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. So, Apoorv added. Any questions meanwhile? Okay, Anjana. Yeah. Apoorv, please add.
Okay.
Should I continue? Then she'll ask question.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll just add on to that. As a part of Allen's policy, we do not charge any commission from any university. It's all based on students' profile. And then we target only top universities. So we do not have any tie-up with any university whatsoever.
Sure.
And to add masala to it, we have 500 students as on date, all wanting to go to top 200 universities only. We don't have any tie-ups. So it's all, yes, it's not free, it's chargeable for students. But yes, we work along with students for 4 years. It takes 4 long years to build them to that level.
See,
that
I'll
they reach
stop
MIT.
being devil's advocate. I wanted to hear. I am for study abroad at cases. Yes, Anjana.
Okay. So I'm just going to add, of course, there is a business model. I also send students abroad. I also counsel them for Indian universities. There's a very important factor that I feel it's our responsibility as a counselor is when they're going abroad, we, parents or students, we look at abroad as a very glamorous, कि बहुत अच्छा है बेटा, किसी भी university में अच्छे में चले गए. There's an important factor. There's so much of adjustment and challenges, which I feel is required that we make them aware that it is not just about the course. You are going to go to a different country. There is a different culture. There will be language issues. There will be racism issues students face. There are enough studies that show that when they go abroad, there is such high level of depression, mental health issues. Are we doing that part? Are we preparing them? I've had students who have walked into my office and said, ma'am, mujhe to abroad hi jana hai. And I've done an assessment. When I say assessment, not just the career assessment, the overall, session, deep dive into and I have told the parent, the child is not ready. Please don't send her for undergrad. Send her for masters. Let her be ready. So I just wanted to add, I understand there is business. I know, I'm in the business too. So I may lose business for that, which is fine.
So is there a question to it? No, there was a comment.
Yeah.
All right. Any question? Yes, sir. Sir. I was expecting one from you, sir.
See, there are very, very interesting models at undergraduate levels. Of course, I can say for sure for commerce, finance, and accountancy. In Christ University, we have closed all admissions as of now, but we are going to launch a new program, at undergraduate program, which is called BCom Finance and Accountancy. And this is the only program across the globe, including Australia, that CPA Australia has accredited this program. Not even the Macquarie University, which is ranked very high on the quest, they have not got this at undergraduate level. This is the only program. And we are going to just launch it. And add to it, what we are going to do is 100% industry skill orientation, and that too by CFI, Corporate Finance Institute from Canada. Now, for the same program, if a student, even if they want to do a particular skill development program or a professional course outside India, it costs them almost 6 to 8 times. Here, it is almost 1/4 or 1/6 when combined all these things together. So, I echo the same sentiment why one of the member from the audience said, undergraduate level, we have excellent institutions in India. And postgraduate level, probably, that is the time when students also have to take a call on that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was Biju, sir, from Christ University. Any more questions? Yes, Kaustubh.
Apoorv, this is to you. How do I deal with the compliance issue? Like, I'll specifically ask, I guess I'll face here, so I'll be shown on this thing. So I have 2 questions, Apoorv, to you. One is say law. Now UK has a 3-year undergrad law, right? Students can go there, they can clear their LNATs or IELTS and all. When they come back home, BCI doesn't recognize a 3-year law degree at undergrad level. So you have to do it again 1 year and then again BCL, which is equivalent to LLM here and all of that. So again, the same suggestion that maybe UG is India better, and then huge investments. And similarly for MBBS, you go to Ukraine or you go to Bangladesh, you go to China, and then you come back, and then NMC, erstwhile MCI, has a specific paper, and the success rate is very, very this thing. So as an industry practices, obviously you said Alan must be doing XYZ stuff, and there are ethical agencies. But most of the agencies, don't you think parents are not told the exact stats and the exact future roadmap? That is my question.
See, as part of Ellen and heading Global Studies Division, whenever we counsel students and their parents together, we chart out a clear roadmap with all ifs and buts documented, which means if a student is interested in doing MBBS from India and wants to try MBBS abroad also, we make sure that our research background work is so sure, so appropriate, that we give indications that if you, apart from India, MBBS is the best in the world. We highlight that thing as well, right? Having said that, if you want to have that global exposure also, UK is the second best option on similar lines of what we are. But in that case also, you will have to clear BMAT or UCAT and move ahead. Not only that, we also clarify things, what kind of compliances are required at your end. We make parents aware of that thing and then leave this to them whether they want to go ahead with that. We never recommend any universities or destinations which we are not sure of. Ukraine for that, for example. See, if any career path which is kind of fishy or not very clear or gray, we do not recommend that. We tell them, let's stick to the basics. Let's do MBBS from India. On that line, not only MBBS, all other streams also. So we do not hide anything from students. As a genuine counselor, I should have my views unbiased. It does not mean if any student comes to me, I should force him to go abroad. No, I don't have any commission in any case. So what we do is in the best of the student. It's always in the direction of what is the best suited destination, stream, etc. for student. And hence we counsel students and parents saath mein bitha ke. This is what we follow.
Thanks. I'll stop taking questions, but get in touch with all 3. Be devil's advocate, all right? Thank you, everybody. I'll hand it over. Aditya, I'm handing over mic to you. Thank you. Thanks a ton, Vivek, sir. That was exciting. All right, thanks a ton. Yes.
So with the final panel session for today, I'll be inviting the moderator, Pooja Jain, a very good friend of mine, a career consultant, career counselor, a leadership assessor, and a partner from Career for Show. Can we have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Then we have got Dr. Vinay, who takes care of corporate relation, Gautam Budh University, Greater Noida. Can we have a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Biju Toms, who takes care of Christ University, Director Communication. Ladies and gentlemen, तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट कम नहीं होनी चाहिए, जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. And finally, I would like to invite on stage Devinder Narayan, who is representing Shobit University. Can we have a big round of applause?